Oh geez, is this going to be a drama channel now? Alright, so this video is about the channel on BookTube called Mike's Book Reviews, and this video is going to be directed towards people who are like, I like both of you, or like, I like his channel and I like his content and I don't know who you are, or maybe people who say, oh, he's bad on politics, but I like his thoughts on Dresden Files, or like, Stormlight Archive. This video is directed towards you, and if Mike wants to watch it, that's fine. I'm going to be as respectful as possible in this video. So what happened? What are we all talking about? Well, so on Tuesday, there was a special election in Georgia, which is a state in the United States. And then the following day, there was a right-wing pro-Trump armed takeover of the Capitol where there was multiple deaths and some destruction of property. So here was Mike's take on it from his personal Twitter account. Again, this video is not going to be political, so one of them is questioning the validity of the Georgia Senate races, and the other one is seemingly doing apologetics for the armed takeover of the U.S. Capitol. And look, obviously, these are his words. His words speak for himself, so I'm going to just, be extremely lenient. And again, this video is for people who don't follow politics. Like, I know most people out there don't tweet about politics the way Mike does or the way I do. But just very briefly on those tweets, they're untrue. So I was a little part of Mike's community. I wouldn't say I was super active, but I was in his Discord. I went to his politics channel, and someone had already posted the screenshot of these tweets. And I can't remember all of the things Mike said, but he basically said, if people feel the need to leave over this, I understand, which I'm sure some people took him up on that offer. I personally am totally fine discussing politics. So I would have had a long discussion with, my door's still open, Mike, if you still want to have a discussion. And he also said he doesn't appreciate his name being dragged through the mud. So I'm not dragging his name through the mud. I'm just quoting him. You guys can see the tweets for yourselves. And the third thing I remember him saying is that he made the claim that he is apolitical. So he's just doesn't follow politics at all. That's what that means. This is clearly not true. Just the tweets, again, guys, the tweets, they're very clearly political, regardless of whether or not you agree with them. I obviously don't. Mike does. I probably won't change his mind on that, and that is what it is. But the tweets are political, very clearly. And look, I know, 50% of you probably don't care about politics. And this isn't about politics. This is about Mike and him not being honest with his audience, because he's not apolitical. He's just not. Look at the tweets. He clearly has political opinions and beliefs. And there's nothing wrong with that. I do as well. But I don't say that I'm apolitical. And I'll give you guys an example. So stick with me on this. I do not talk about my personal sex life on this channel or in my Discord. But I would never say I'm asexual. I just would say, hey, I don't talk about this here. And just because I don't want to talk about it doesn't mean I have to mislead my audience on what my actual beliefs are. And look, pro tips from Editing Greg. If you don't want to talk about politics or religion or sex or whatever on your YouTube channel or whatever platform you use, that's fine. Just say, I don't want to talk about it. Don't mislead people on what your political beliefs are or your religion is or anything. Don't do that. Don't say you're apolitical when you're actually political. It comes off like you're lying. So yeah, the first thing is just his honesty has to really be called into question, especially as a booktuber. There's so many ways that people could be dishonest, and he was caught being dishonest just now, so I don't know, this is definitely a slippery slope. Is he going to take money for book reviews? Is he going to sell ARCs? And again, I'm not saying he did any of those things. I really don't know. This isn't a deeply researched expose on Mike's book reviews. The second issue I had with him in those tweets was his tone in these tweets. So he says he doesn't follow politics very closely, which honestly, quite frankly, I believe because of just the pure inaccuracy in these tweets. But again, let's look at the tweets, the tone. He's very authoritative in these. And politics is something that he claims to not follow, and he claims to be apolitical. If that's what he claims, why is he talking so authoritatively on these things? Maybe he just doesn't know what he's talking about. And that's that's a problem. And like, it's fine to say things when you aren't really sure or whatever, but you shouldn't say them in such an authoritative way when, again, he clearly has no idea what's going on, and he even admits that he doesn't follow politics, and he says he's apolitical. And then one more thing, people's worldviews and people's values do affect how they read books and do affect how they interpret books. And that's why I try to be pretty upfront about mine, whether they're my political beliefs, cultural beliefs, social beliefs. So again, look at these tweets. I feel like I've said, again, look at these tweets 30 times in this video, but seriously, are these the tweets of someone who's like a rational person? And I mean, to me, no. Like, I don't think you have to be like a political person to know that if someone's, excusing this sort of like armed takeover of the US Capitol, that person probably has like really extreme values and really extreme beliefs, or both maybe. And look, that might affect the way he reads books. I'm not like a huge viewer of Mike's channel by any means. I might have seen like 5 videos of his, but I know he didn't like this book. And I DNF'd this book a while ago. I was planning on getting back to it, planning on finishing it, but I really wasn't feeling this, which is book 4 of the Lightbringer series. But yeah, I mean, like, why did he dislike it? Did he dislike it because of his clearly not apolitical beliefs? I mean, I don't know. I really don't. And it's like extremely hard to determine his thought process on any of this, which is honestly probably for the best. He seems like very ill-equipped to talk about politics just from his lack of knowledge about what's going on. And again, those are his thoughts. He doesn't care about politics. I'm not, putting words in his mouth or anything. But yeah, I mean, look, my door's always open to Mike. I know he's blocked me on Twitter and banned me from his Discord. I wasn't particularly mean to him. He just clearly does not want to talk about those screenshots. And look, I have no idea how sycophantic Mike's fan base is. I mean, from his Discord, it seems like most people in there are just chill. But I don't know what's going to happen. Like, people might look through my tweets. And look, guys, if you have any issues with what I have to say, I will stand up for my beliefs, my values, my tweets, my words. I won't run away from them or ban people who quote tweet me. Like, that's not going to happen. Or let me put it this way. If I do ban you, it won't be for that. But yeah, I mean, this is very important. And I feel like maybe in the future we can apply this sort of mindset to future people, or like you can as a YouTube viewer. Like, I don't mean to pick on Mike, really. And I mean, look, I don't wish any ill will towards him. And look, I'm not really a fan of cancel culture. That's kind of a different topic for a different day. If you guys feel like you have trust in him and that his very clear kind of speaking out of both sides of his mouth on whether or not he's political, like, if that doesn't matter to you, that's fine. But again, just know what you're getting into. If you're watching his videos, like, keep these things in mind. And I mean, like, there's so many other booktubers out there that you can watch, especially if you're looking for apolitical people. I mean, I'm not the best person if you want like fully apolitical channels to subscribe to. But like, I don't know, like Jesse May, Elliot Brooks, Daniel Green is open about his political beliefs, but not really in his YouTube videos. And yeah, that's everything. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this drama content. This is kind of an unusual video for me, but this probably won't be like a usual type of video for me. But I think if there's an author with like fairly weird views who's like trying to pass themselves off as like apolitical, or like a booktuber, or anyone, I feel like we as a community should be able to recognize that and kind of, process that information accordingly. And yeah, again, Mike, door's always open. Anyway, see you guys.